Well, a divided GOP split between establishment Republicans and Tea Party conservatives sounds like Capitol Hill here in Washington, but similar battles are also popping up at the state level. I recently traveled to Texas, where the division has brought a bathroom bill to the verge of collapse. Texas lawmakers have a shorter summer vacation thanks to a 30-day special session called by the governor to address key issues from property taxes to school funding and new abortion restrictions. But the issue getting the most attention is the Texas Privacy Act, or more commonly known as the bathroom bill. It would require public schools and government buildings to limit bathroom use to a person's gender as reflected on their birth certificate or driver's license, and keep transgender athletes from competing in high school sports.
And we need to demand that they need to stop SB 3.
Allies protesting the measure include transgender Texans, big business, and law enforcement.
We are not trying to harm anyone. We're just saying that we are part of society and we deserve to be treated with respect.
They call it hateful, bigoted, and an attack on their civil rights. The bill's author sees it differently.
When we talk about the civil rights issue of our time, I think that this is, for me, a women's rights issue of our time.
Lois Kolkhorst told CBN News she spent a lot of time in prayer over the issue.
I really went into this about protecting women and children in those intimate spaces from what would be sexual predators. I think that the mainstream media has turned it into something else.
While it passed the Senate, moderate Republican leaders in the House appear to have blocked the measure, saying it could drive away business.
We've seen firsthand what's happened in North Carolina. They repealed the bill because it was such a bad idea. Why would we want to go down that road?
Not everyone is convinced.
Welcome to the Texas Values Report. This is Jonathan Sines. Great to be with you. This issue is no question a national issue.
Jonathan Sines of the pro-family group Texas Values has taken to the airwaves to rally support among lawmakers and the public.
Texas has been the best state for business for 13 straight years. We're going to be just fine, and I think we're going to be even better when we protect privacy.
Backers of the so-called bathroom bill are hopeful that if lawmakers are able to approve of the Texas Privacy Act during this special legislative session, that their efforts will serve as a model for other states to follow.
If Texas is able to hold the line on this issue and show people across the country that when you stand up for common sense values, when you protect privacy, you're going to see the economy do well, you're going to see it make sense, and you're going to see people that run for elective office realize that that's one way you continue to stay in office.
While the LGBT community says they fight for equality and justice, for Senator Kolkhorst, this is about safety and, in her words, putting daughters before dollars.
We don't want to discriminate. We're all God's people. We're all God's people. But that should not infringe on those that choose to identify with the birth that God gave them, or with the sex that God gave them.
And Terry, what we experienced in Texas was passionate debate on both sides.
Well, protection of privacy seems like a pretty common sense issue, and we ought to be intelligent enough to figure out how to do that for everybody.